Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, the annoying voice of podcasting, and you're listening to the non-annoying Three Guys in a Flick.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready, not thinking, yet not dreaming, ready for whatever may come. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Three guys and a flick with Don, Ken, and John. Dive into the movies well after the dawn. From the good to the bad to the wildly absurd. They give a fuck about films. Their voices are heard.
Welcome back. You are listening to Three Guys in a Flick. This is where we review the good, the bad, and the absurd. Tonight's episode, Enter the Dragon. Beware spoilers. Coming to you from Han's private island, my name is Don. And to my right, we have the comic book guy, John.
Hi.
And to my left, we have the professor, Ken.
Hello, everybody.
How you guys doing tonight?
Aces, baby.
Yeah?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, I can't complain.
Yes, you can. You do every day.
I know, but when I complain, nobody listens, so it's kind of like, what's the point, right? So
Sure.
there you go. Tonight, we are talking about Enter the Dragon. Enter the Dragon comes to us via the Bronco helmet and comes to us from our listener, Jack H. So, hey, Jack, we hope that you enjoy the review. We hope we do it justice. This one's for you.
And then hopefully you go back and you watch the movie again so you can go, oh, yeah.
Or maybe he's such a aficionado of Bruce Lee, he knows the movie like the back of his hand.
Because he's seen it like 50 times.
Yeah, maybe.
He could own it.
He could own it. Released on August 19th, 1973, Enter the Dragon was directed by Robert Klaus, written by Michael Allen, and it stars Bruce Lee, John Saxon, Bolo Young, Anna Capri, Bob Wall, Cher King, Jim Kelly, and a bunch of other kung fu artists.
How'd this movie do, Don?
This movie was made for $850,000 and over the years has brought in $400 million.
I guess 850,000 in this day and age doesn't sound a lot, but that was actually way over budget for this movie.
Yeah. In 1972,
3, 2, 3.
it was made in 2, released in 3, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I think. I do know that Bruce Lee made 3 Fist of Fury and
Way of the Dragon?
yes, in between 1971 and 1972. So, yeah, maybe it was made in 73.
It was those,
But either way, a lot of money, right?
Yep.
it was those 3 movies that piqued Warner Brothers' interest in deciding to let him do an American movie.
Well, yeah, because like a year or 2 earlier, Hollywood completely screws him. All right.
With Kung Fu?
So Bruce Lee is on the Green Hornet and he plays Kato. And he becomes a star, or starting to become a star. And he comes up with this idea for what would eventually be Kung Fu. He made friends with all of the producers. They loved the story. They wined him, dined him. And this is actually coming from a podcast I listened to with his wife. So imagine her telling the story. And then at the last second, they said, we don't think American audiences are going to buy a Chinese lead. And so they cast David Carradine. The rest is history. And Bruce Lee goes to Hong Kong completely broken. But what he didn't realize is when he got to Hong Kong, because of the Green Hornet, in Hong Kong, it was titled Kato and Friends. It was entitled The Green Hornet. And he was Brad Pitt, if you will. And he had no idea. And so he teams up with this producer, Raymond Chow, over at Golden Harvest. And he makes Fist of Fury and Way of the Dragon. And that's when Warner Brothers says, oh. But Bruce Lee at the time says, yes, this is my ticket back into Hollywood. And they're going to fucking love me. And it's going to be awesome. And really, this is the first Kung Fu movie released in America.
It's what started the Kung Fu craze.
Absolutely.
In the 70s.
Yes. This is such an important movie for cinema history and even for just race relations, really. I mean, it sucked and it still sucks, but I mean, I think Bruce really had something, so.
And when you say it sucks, you mean racial tensions, not the movie sucks.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying.
I want to clarify. I don't
Yeah.
want you to come out and give your review now.
Hey, just the history of this movie alone and how fucking charismatic Bruce Lee is. I mean, it's not going to be a low rating. So there you go.
Can I tell a quick Bruce Lee story for you to cut later?
Sure.
Bruce Lee at one time attended the University of Washington. He took some classes there. It was the same time my dad was attending the University of Washington. And while he was there, he gave some self-defense classes. So my dad actually took a class in self-defense from Bruce Lee.
Fuck off.
Serious.
Yep.
That's incredible.
And so don't fuck with my dad. He will fuck you up.
Well, yeah, no, he was trained by Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
No, I won't cut that because that's awesome that Rick got trained by Bruce Lee. So good job.
Yeah, one
I like
class, but
Yeah. So with this coming out in 1973, does anybody know who this director is?
Nope.
he had done some other movies, I think, but I had never heard of him.
Well, I'm sure he's done other movies.
He was the only director that stepped up to say that he would direct the movie too.
Yeah, nobody else seemed interested.
Yeah, well, because they didn't want to take the chance, probably.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this Michael Allen writes the script.
Ooh.
However, before they go into production, Bruce Lee says, I think I want to change it a little bit. And the the producers are like, we're not going to let you. And so there's this standoff. But eventually they all come to terms. And Bruce Lee's there's a lot of Bruce Lee lines and stuff that he written that make it into the movie.
Well, this Michael Allen, he didn't get along with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee wanted him fired at one point because he kept putting in lines in the movie that was difficult for Bruce Lee to say, and he did it on purpose because they just weren't getting along. And so at one point, Bruce Lee walked off set and would not return to set until he was fired. But eventually they made peace.
Yeah, well, fuck that guy, right? So, what'd you guys think of this cast?
You know, I only know it this way. I can't think of it or conceive it any other way.
Yeah, absolutely. This is our first Bruce Lee film. What'd you guys think of Bruce?
So I thought very charismatic. He's got an incredibly fast style. He choreographed all the fight scenes in this movie. In fact, the script even said in it, they didn't even talk about the fight scenes. They just said Bruce Lee will choreograph the scene.
Yeah, he was the fight stunt coordinator for this.
Sadly, if he hadn't died before the premiere of this movie, I believe he died 6 days before the movie actually premiered, he would have gone on to do some amazing freaking movies.
Oh, yeah, probably.
No doubt.
Yeah. We have John Saxon. We've reviewed a couple of movies with John Saxon.
Yeah. For me, the first time I really saw this movie, I was surprised to see him in it because I know him as Nancy's father.
Right.
From Nightmare on Elm Street. I did not know he is a black belt in karate, and that's how he got this job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is where I know him from, and this is how I think of him.
Yeah, I thought he was great. I was looking at him, and I thought, I think Zac Efron looks a lot like a young John Saxon. So
I can see that.
Yeah, so if they were ever going to remake this, I say Zac Efron gets the role of Roper. So there you go. Yeah, I enjoyed him.
So Zach, get to work on your karate skills now.
Yes, please. And thank you. We have a role for you. Jim Kelly.
Cool as hell.
Cool as hell.
Man, he was so suave.
I liked
one
him.
bad man.
He was. I really, really liked his character. He was funny.
Did you hear the background story on him? What happened to him?
That he got a bunch of tail throughout the entire shoot, and then they had to shoot him up with penicillin?
They basically...
Really?
He had so many women, according to Paul Heller, one of the producers, that he had to go to the hospital because his testicles were so swollen. And that's why when you see him in that scene where he's hanging over the acid, he is in a net. He's in this makeshift net. They were going to put a harness on him, but they couldn't because he was in so much pain. All because of all the women he got in Hong Kong.
Yeah, well, I mean, you play dumb game. Wait, is that a dumb game?
You play fun games.
But that's not a fun prize. Come on. We also get Bolo Young. We talked about him in Bloodsport.
Yeah, which now that you I've really kind of watched it, because before I've seen Enter the Dragon, I never really focused on it. Bloodsport really is almost a remake of Enter the Dragon. It is the competition, so it's great to have Bolo as the bridge between both movies.
I wouldn't. Well, okay,
It's a tournament, and
yeah. I don't know if he's a bridge.
He even uses the same line that Bruce Lee did. Bullets don't hit back.
Yeah. Bolo uses the line that Bruce Lee does. Yes. There were 4 movies that jumped out at me right away, and that I think got inspiration. Bloodsport, obviously, Roadhouse, John Wick, and Tango and Cash.
I can see them all.
Yeah.
Do you know who almost was in this movie? Who was invited to be in the movie?
Who?
Chuck Norris.
But he was just in Way of the Dragon.
He turned it down because his excuse was, I only want to be beaten by Bruce Lee once.
Oh, well, there you go. And actually, Way of the Dragon was really Enter the Dragon, but Bruce Lee, after he made it, went to the producers and said, I want the name back. And they're like, what the fuck, Bruce? And he goes, you know what? We'll call it Way of the Dragon. And then it was Return of the Dragon. It's been different. It's been named differently a couple of times, but yeah. And I was watching this thing where the guys were they were reviewing it or talking about it. And this one guy was like, I think Chuck Norris kicks Bruce Lee's ass because he outweighs him. And I'm thinking, you can't beat what you can't catch. Bruce Lee was so fucking fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and nimble.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Bruce Lee whoops anyone's ass.
That was supposed to be his whole style, which was speed and speed with less energy, with less interaction. So you'd have more energy to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys ever see Dragon, the Bruce Lee story back in the 90s?
I don't remember if I did or not.
Is that the one with Brandon Lee?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good. But yeah.
He's no Bruce Lee.
Who was, right? Who is?
Who will ever be?
Yeah. I mean, we have some action stars now who are fantastic. And, but a lot of them don't have, in my opinion, the flair or the charisma.
Yes, exactly.
Bruce Lee has.
The package.
Jet Li, fucking phenomenal. I love Jet Li, but he just doesn't have that charisma, right?
Yep.
Donnie Yu, the guy from John Wick, huge martial artist.
Yep.
A fucking good actor. I loved him in the John Wick movies. Doesn't quite have that charisma. So
the one person that jumped out to me when I was thinking of other martial artists that I really enjoy watching was
Steven Seagal.
Was Jackie Chan. But Jackie Chan is more of I'd say a comical martial artist.
I would say acrobatic.
Yeah. Whereas Bruce Lee was serious and charismatic. I do love me some Jackie Chan, though.
Who doesn't? I love Jackie Chan, too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I want to see that new Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I do.
Did you see the remake Karate Kid that he did?
What?
Before he did the other
Oh,
Karate
yeah,
Kid
yeah,
one?
yeah. The one with Jaden Smith?
Yeah, he was great in that.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Mr. Han, I think.
Mr. Han, yeah. Maybe we can come up with some new names, guys.
Speaking of Han, what'd you think of Shia Keen?
I thought he was a great Bond villain.
Yeah, he was very Bond villain.
Yeah, this was very much a martial arts Bond movie, for sure.
Did you know that he couldn't speak any English? That someone actually had to sit off set, read the English lines to him for him to repeat, and then they just dubbed over his voice with an actor from another movie we have reviewed.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know that.
It was the actor who dubbed it played Mr. Wing in Gremlins, the old man.
Oh, there you go. But as far as a villain, I thought he was fun. He's in it for like 2 seconds. And yeah, his eyebrows and just his look. He was very Bondy.
The one thing that bugged me about him, and I don't blame this on him, is did you notice before the big reveal that he had a fake hand, both of his fingers were moving on both hands?
Oh, it's in a bunch of shots. Absolutely. Yeah. I noticed the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But What are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do?
The other thing too is that in a couple of scenes, I was reading up on this. I didn't catch it myself. The fake hand changes sides several times.
I feel like I noticed that too.
I think it was in one of the end scenes. Plus, I think his left hand is supposed to be the fake hand, but when they go to the display of all the hands, there's a bone, like his original hand in bone.
Yeah.
That's a right hand.
Was that his hand?
I think it was
That's how
supposed
I
to be.
took it.
Oh, I took it as it was Jim Kelly's hand. But then when they showed him hanging there, he had both of his hands. So I went, oh, no, maybe not. So interesting. There you go. This movie was originally going to be called Blood and Steel, right?
Blood and Steel was one of the names.
What was the other one?
The Deadly Three.
Yeah. And then Hans Island was thrown out in there as well. And it was Bruce Lee who said, after the movie was done, after everything was wrapped, he came up and he said, I want to change the title. And thank God he did, because Enter the Dragon was a metaphor also, because Bruce Lee's name meant little dragon in Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And so he thought of him entering into Western cinema, coming at his introduction into the movies. And so Enter the Dragon was really important for him.
Did you know that originally in the script, it was John Kelly?
Jim.
It was Jim Kelly who was supposed to survive, and it was supposed to be John Saxton's character that was supposed to die. But it was John Saxton's agent who said, no, I want him till the end of the movie. So they had to rewrite the script so that it was Jim Kelly that died.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Yeah. All right. Should we have a trivia tournament here?
Aye.
Best of luck to both of you.
Aye.
Aye. To the death?
To the death. Oh, wait. Can't I just tap out if I'm feeling uncomfortable?
You've been winning them every time. Why would you tap out now?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't win last week.
Wait,
You tied.
this is not Fight Club. If
Whoa,
somebody-
whoa. And even if it were, we're not supposed to talk about it, bro.
Yeah, but the third rule of Fight Club is if somebody yells stop, goes limp, or taps out, then the fight is over.
Oh, okay. This is more like the Kumite.
Kumite. Kumite. Kumite.
See what I have to deal with. Question number 1. How often does Han hold his martial arts competition?
John. Every 3 years.
Correct.
Damn it.
I knew you knew that one too. It was you were just about to say it.
I don't like the look in your eye there, guy. You're starting to scare me a little bit.
Question number 2. How many girls does Williams end up taking from Tanya?
Don.
Don?
3.
4.
4 is the correct answer.
Who are okay? I'm obviously I missed one. I knew that there was 3, but if there was 4, then it was 4.
It was 4.
I believe you.
And why was it 4?
I don't know why.
Because he was feeling a little tired. It's been a big day.
He would have gone with all 5.
Question number 3. Who frees the prisoners at the end?
Don, the gal with the dart.
Ming?
Shin.
I'll give it to you.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, it is her. Agent Mei Ling.
Oh, that's
Ling.
right, Mei Ling.
Question number 4. When does Lee get his first face scratch?
Don.
John?
He gets it in his first fight?
No.
Okay, I can't remember. I know it was before the end.
He gets it on the battlefield or the tournament grounds when all hell breaks loose and Han puts on that little furry claw
Correct.
before they go down into the Bond lair.
Correct.
Yeah. Got to come back, baby. Got to come back.
Wow.
Oh my God. Are we going to do that all night? Question number 5. Who speaks last in the movie?
John Saxon?
John, do you have an answer?
It was that agent. The agent from the beginning. I don't remember his name.
No.
I was going to guess John Saxon, but
It's the Shaolin monk when his advice is recalled in the mirror room.
Oh.
Because once he gets outside, then we just get the thumbs up to each other.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So do we have a tie?
Unless he's got a tiebreaker.
Do we live another day?
And this round goes to Don. Congratulations.
He got the last one wrong.
We tied.
I got 2 and he got 2.
He got the first 2. I got the second 2, and we both got
you're
the
right.
west side.
I marked it incorrectly. I unwittingly gave John.
You are honors, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, so
Thank you.
we end in a tie.
Congratulations, sir. You fought honorably.
I guess I'm going to have to start coming up with tiebreakers.
Or 6 questions.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. He's getting better, Professor. It's starting to scare me a little bit.
Well, I'm actually starting to pay attention.
Oh, I love that. See, he can grow.
Yeah.
He's also trying to get into the mind of the professor.
Lee, a Shaolin martial artist and instructor in Hong Kong, is recruited by British intelligence agent Breathwaite to infiltrate a mysterious martial arts tournament hosted by the reclusive crime lord Han. The tournament is held on Han's private island, which is outside the full reach of international law enforcement. Han, once a member of the Shaolin Temple, now suspected of running a global operation involving drugs, prostitution, and slavery. Lee agrees to the mission, not only out of duty, but to avenge his sister Su Lin, who died while fleeing Han's sadistic bodyguard O'Hara. As Lee sets off to the island, he joins 2 other competitors, Roper, a charming but deeply indebted American gambler, and Williams, a principled African-American Vietnam vet on the run after defending himself from police brutality. The 3 men, each carrying personal luggage, are welcomed onto Han's heavily guarded island. Beneath its polished surface lies a deadly underworld. So this movie starts off and we get Bruce Lee in his skivvies, and he's going to have a little friendly
match
with, I guess this guy's name is Samo.
Samo.
Samo. And
Samo Hung.
And he was actually Bruce Lee's really good friend.
Yeah, and because of, I think, the timing of his availability, they filmed this scene after they had filmed everything else.
We are introduced to Lee and his kind of methodology of his art. What did you guys think of this cold open?
It was very pretty.
Yeah.
I liked how it really set up to show who Bruce Lee was and how he could move and how his art style looks.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Bruce Lee's...
Wait, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was nice. It was a good introduction to who Lee is.
Especially right after the fight with a little talk.
Yeah, and that's the important part.
The Shaolin monk chat.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the one dude is like, I have this guy I want you to talk to. He knows something about Han. There's a tournament. We got to go talk to him.
Yeah, we have a renegade Shaolin monk on the run.
That's right.
He has disgraced our temple.
Is it here that the title comes up, or is that a little bit later?
No, it's right after this bit. And I love it. Well, I don't love it. I was kind of actually really disappointed. Why can't Bruce Lee get his own billing? I know it's silly, but it says Bruce Lee, John Saxon, Enter the Dragon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they thought at the time John Saxon was bigger in Hollywood.
I'm sure that's exactly what they thought. Or because he's white, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
But I would have loved to have seen just Bruce Lee's title card on his own, because he definitely fucking earned it.
We meet Mr. Braithwaite, and he's asking Lee to attend Han's martial arts tournament. And so with that, we get this a brief lesson about who Han is.
Did this not start to feel a little bit like a Kung Fu James Bond movie? I mean, you mentioned earlier that Han seemed like a James Bond villain. I felt like, okay, now we've got Bruce Lee as the secret agent who happens to know Kung Fu.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we already said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you think of his brief little 5-minute lesson with that young student?
I liked it because it's very philosophical, and Bruce Lee is really patient, and he's trying to teach this kid. And I thought it was funny when he was like, kick me, right? Matrix. Don't think about it and kick me. I mean, it's virtually the same thing as what's happening. And no, I really enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, I liked it a lot because it was, he's just going to stop talking to Braithwaite right now, and he's going to, it's only a little 5-minute lesson, but it gives the kid a lot to think about because I got to say, right after you get done watching, you're like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It reminded me a little bit of The Last Dragon in that you've got the student in one scene where he's still talking to his master and, he's still being taught, and then he's turning around and teaching the next generation as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I fully believe that The Last Dragon is very heavily influenced. I mean, it's in the fucking movie.
So we are shown Williams and Roper as they are arriving.
And then what I noticed about this movie is the setup that the director or cinematographer gives us. I really felt like a visitor. And because he uses a lot of wide shots, and we pan and we get just life as it's going on.
Daily life.
Yeah.
Those were actual Hong Kong citizens, and especially the boat scene, they wanted to show life in Hong Kong at that time with very old style boats and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And during this moment, we see Bruce. He's on the boat looking like a pimp.
Can you believe rowing that boat all day long?
I was thinking the same thing. Just
That's
the motion that they were doing.
A little old guy like this, he's got to have fucking cannons.
Yeah, absolutely. Forearms like my fucking... Anyways.
You go to Thailand and you see that all the time. These old guys rowing or, working the little go-karts. I mean, they're crazy. The little tuk-tuks.
I think I could do that boat thing maybe 5 minutes.
Well, if I'm sitting in it, I can do it all day long. I'm not fucking rowing that thing. Fuck that noise. And
what did you think about Roper's luggage?
I thought that was hilarious.
Hilarious. Especially Williams with one small carry-on.
Did you catch the fact that he had so much luggage in the boat, but it didn't push the boat down at all? And when they even took it off the boat didn't move at all, showing that all the luggage was empty.
Oh, no, I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful gag. It had to be at least 15 suitcases.
Yeah.
My thought was, since it's revealed that he's in debt and he's kind of on the run from the mafia or something, that's his whole life. He's just taking it with him wherever he goes.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And while this is going on, we get our 3 flashbacks. One for Lee, one for Roper, one for Williams, right? We find out that Lee's sister was attacked or harassed by O'Hara, which is Han's main bodyguard.
Yeah, and like 6 goons.
And instead of being probably assaulted and all of that noise, she takes her own life. So Lee has has a vendetta for this. And even more reason to go.
It's also where O'Hara got the scar on his face.
Yeah.
And every single time I watch the movie, I think, so how did they find out that she took her life like this? Because it was only the goons that were there.
I'm sure they put 2 and 2 together when the old guy found her.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? The only time I actually thought that, Professor, is when the shot is of her and we see the glass and it's like a point of view shot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, that's a really vivid memory for someone who is dead and for no one who was actually there. But
maybe
entertainment.
But maybe, I don't know.
O'Hara could have bragged about it.
Who knows?
But maybe it was just that they put 2 and 2 together that O'Hara is responsible for her death. Her body is found later on with a glass shard in her stomach. And then maybe she did it to herself, or maybe O'Hara or his goons did it. But regardless, he's responsible for her death.
Exactly.
Or maybe they read the script.
And then we get Roper's backstory. And like you were saying, John, he is a big gambler. And some goons come to collect, and he shows off his karate or kung fu skills.
Did you catch how much he still had left in the bank?
$63.17?
43 cents.
Oh, I'm pretty
Very
good.
good. 63. Yeah.
But he gives it to his assistant as a tip or something. And then I had to laugh because This was so 1970s and probably not a good thing, but
The cops,
and it was so stereotypical.
super.
But I liked how for Williams's flashback, he walks into this karate joint, says nothing, walks up to this dude, they give each other a pound, and he leaves. Right. And on his way out, 2 white cops harass him, and Williams ain't having it. So he whoops their ass and he's off.
He takes their
To
cop
China.
car.
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was hilarious. Good for him, I said. Good for him.
I kept thinking, don't you think they saw his plane ticket and everything. They know what airport he's going to and what airplane he's taking. Don't you think they report it? But then I thought, do they want to admit that they got their asses kicked by him and he stole their car?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
We also get during this time, Lee gets briefed on Han and Braithwaite. He says that Lee needs to find evidence of Han's bad stuff that he's been up to. And we also learned that there is an operative that was taken to the island 2 months ago, and they haven't heard anything from her.
But he has a picture, right?
Yes.
They gave him a picture?
Mhm.
Okay, so that
Yes.
makes sense when she throws the dart and the apple and blah, blah, blah. Okay, which we're coming up to, actually. So they all get to the island.
Yeah, we get that little bit, time passing on the junk, and then the little gambling with the praying mantis.
Yes, yes.
Again,
and then
showing
that-
Roper can't resist it.
I like the guy. Oh, this was with the Roadhouse bit. There was that
Parsons.
he's talking shit,
Such a
right?
douche.
Yeah, just being a douche. And he's telling Bruce Lee, "You ain't shit. I can fucking take you." And Lee's like, "Okay, let's go fight on that island over there. We'll take this little boat." And I'm thinking, is he gonna Dalton him? And he fucking does. He puts him in the boat, and then Bruce Lee stays on the boat. It's so classic,
And it's also said right here that he's going to show him the art of fighting without fighting.
right? And that's what he does.
So clever.
And so they get to the island.
Bolo's there. He meets them at the dock. Bolo.
God, he looked young.
Because he was.
Thank you, but
Yeah.
it's weird, right?
Well, that's
Or not weird.
That's
but,
where I first know him from.
Yeah, absolutely. What, this?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I first
Oh,
knew
I
him
do
from
too.
Bloodsport,
Duh.
I think.
That makes sense. What'd you guys think of the party?
I want to talk about the compound. We get that overhead shot, and all of those students, there was like 4 or 5 groups.
Yeah, another instance where I kind of felt like a visitor as the audience member. So,
Did you catch that they filmed on old tennis courts? So you could still see in some of the overhead shots the white lines of the tennis courts?
no, I wasn't paying
Nope.
attention.
Okay.
Didn't see that at
Look
all.
for it
Yeah.
the next time you watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm thinking, where do all of those people stay on the island?
In their bunkers, I guess. I don't know.
In their huts? I don't know.
They
But
probably have a dormitory in that big castle of Hans.
Oh, probably.
that's a bunch of people.
It is a bunch of people. And they all are loyal and servants to Han. So now we're at the party. And I like the 2 sumo wrestlers that are wrestling in the middle, and the camera's moving around, and we're kind of getting an idea of what's going on.
The decadence.
I kept getting sidetracked by all the guys flipping around and rolling around and
Oh,
everything
sure.
around the sumo wrestlers.
Just all the opulence of all of the different foods available to everybody. And, hey, yeah, I'm the shit.
And Roper's kind of making his way around. And we find out earlier that Roper and Williams were nom together, and they know each other. And they haven't seen each other in about 5-6 years.
It's 6.
And so they're now on this island and are going to
Dang
fight.
it, that could have been the trivia question tiebreaker.
Oh, well,
I
lesson
had-
learned, right?
I had that written down.
Lesson learned. And Lee's there, and they're just kind of checking out the scenery. And then all of a sudden, there's a big gong, and we meet our host.
This was, I thought, was a clever way they did this. Is the host comes out, and you notice all the action, the sumo wrestlers, the flippers, everything. Everybody just stopped.
They just froze. And what really caught my attention to that was the sumo wrestlers.
Exactly.
And I looked at the sumo wrestlers, and then I started looking around the room, and I'm like, oh, they all froze because here comes the boss.
He's the shit.
It reminds me of the end of John Wick 2 when they're in the courtyard. And Han comes out, and he welcomes everybody. And, this is the tournament.
And he has his girls showing off their prowessness with their darts,
Which I think are his bodyguards.
I guess.
maybe.
He had a series, like Bolo was a bodyguard, O'Hara was a bodyguard, and I think all the women were bodyguards.
All his daughters were bodyguards.
Yeah.
Yes. And while this is happening, there are these women who are throwing apples, or he throws the apple, and the women throw these darts and hit the apple, showing them, what kind of marksmen they were. And one of them throws it to Bruce Lee, and he catches it, and he takes the dart.
And we recognize her. Hey, that's Mei Ling.
Yeah, exactly. And then Han says, enjoy, welcome. He takes off, and then everything picks back up. It's like if you stopped a record and then let go of it and it started playing again.
Yep.
That's what it was like. So the night before the fight, we get the idea or the sense of Han wants all of the fighters distracted or preoccupied during the night.
I got the feeling that these prostitutes that were sent to the room were there to watch them and make sure they didn't do anything.
And
to report back.
And also do prostitute-y things at the same time.
Did you know that they couldn't get any actresses in Hong Kong to play prostitutes? So
because they didn't want, they got real prostitutes. None of the
they did?
Yeah, none of the actresses in Hong Kong at the time felt that it was a good role. It was, it wasn't good for them.
So the first stop is Williams. He's so damn cool, right?
I don't want one. I want two.
I'll take you and you and you. Anyway, it was just a funny moment. And then Roper, when he gets there, of course, because he spotted Tanya at the dock.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And she must be Han's assistant, but I knew that was coming as well, which,
Yeah, and as she put it, good choice.
Yeah. And then they go to Lee's room, and Lee was like, all of these girls are good. However, I want the one who threw this. And I
want the owner of this dot.
And
I thought Lee was in the room with us.
Don't encourage him. And then Tanya goes and gets Mei Ling and brings him back to Lee. And Lee's like, we got to get Han. You got to tell me what you know. You got to help me out.
Well,
that, and the other.
She reveals that she hasn't found anything yet because she's so watched she can't do anything.
Right.
And she's concerned that maybe her time might be up because when the girls go with Han, they don't see the girls again.
Once you leave, you don't come back. The tournament begins. Fights are barehanded, one-on-one bouts judged only by who remains standing. Roper and Williams easily win their opening rounds. That night, Han offers each guest a woman for companionship. Rupert flirts with Han's assistant, Tanya. Williams indulges freely. Lee selects Mei Ling, a fellow undercover agent posing as one of Han's women, allowing them to briefly connect. After curfew, Lee sneaks out and discovers a secret entrance leading to an underground facility. There, he finds evidence of a drug lab and prisoners used as test subjects. While escaping, he's spotted by Williams, who's also out for a late-night workout. The next morning, Han warns the guest about breaking the rules. He executes his own guards for incompetence via his brutal enforcer, Bolo. Lee is then matched against O'Hara. Fueled by personal vengeance, Lee kills O'Hara after a vicious fight, ignoring Han's warning. That night, Han confronts Williams, wrongly accusing him of the intrusion. When Williams stands his ground, he kills him with an iron prosthetic hand. The next day, Han shows Roper the island's true purpose and offers him a job. As persuasion, he dumps Williams' mangled corpse into a pit of acid. With few options, Roper reluctantly plays along. Meanwhile, Lee sneaks back into the underground base, sends out a message to Braithwaite, and fights through guards before finally being captured.
So it's the next morning, and we have O'Hara. He shows up. Oh, right before O'Hara shows up, this is where Bruce Lee's kind of sort of warming up. We get that overhead shot of Bruce Lee, and he's spinning around, and he's kicking, and man, that dude, he is so ripped. Oh my God.
He's a perfect fucking specimen. He was. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, he looked so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so then O'Hara shows up, and then you must wear your uniform. And he says nothing.
He just looks at him. That look was, fuck off. Right? I got to practice that look so I can give it to you two.
So the tournament begins, and first up, we've got Williams versus Parsons, the douche from the boat.
And Parsons doesn't seem to put up much of a fight. He just gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, well, Williams is a bad motherfucker. And he takes out Parsons pretty easily.
And you notice in the background, Saxon's doing the whole betting thing.
Oh, yeah. Roper's betting with this dude behind him. And then after Williams wins, Roper and some dude have to fight, and Roper goes up to Williams and they start talking about it. And Roper's pretty much fixing this fight.
8-3 odds all day long.
Yeah. And so the fight starts, and I love how every time Roper gets knocked down or whatever, he'll look over at Williams and they'll shake her head or nod their head.
Yeah, he's like,
How does nobody know that the fix is in?
I don't know, because that old guy that is the pigeon, he should be watching the tournament and he should be seeing,
What the fuck is going on?
Well,
I know, right?
Thought it was interesting that Roper gets like some pretty good bruises on his face that seem to just disappear later on in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's a big continuity. That is a big continuity error all the way around. And I like how Roper gets beat a couple of times.
I kind of feel like Williams let him get beat up a little bit extra before he finally made the bet with the guy behind. Because the guy behind obviously wanted to make the bet at one point, and Williams went, no.
Oh, maybe, but
just stringing him.
yeah, he's stringing them along. It's like when you hustle someone at pool, right?
Yeah, you got to make them feel confident.
Yeah, same concept. And so finally, it's time to turn it on, and you can see the transformation. Roper's not a bad fighter. He kind of whoops that dude's ass after he stops letting him get hit a couple times.
Yep.
So he wins. Roper wins.
Now it's nighttime, and we have some various nocturnal activities.
I like how Williams is getting ready. He wants to go out.
Boobs.
And the ladies are like, you can't leave.
I've watched this the last several times on TV, and so I forgot all about the boobs.
Oh, there were a couple of scenes of boobs. We get Tanya's boobs.
Yeah.
When she's messing around with Roper.
Yeah, she's walking on his back.
Yep. And then a couple of the Chinese gals with Williams. We get their boobs.
So what's up with, we've got 3 naked girls, and then he gets out of bed, but he's got boxers on?
That's what I was saying. Well, we couldn't get a little man ass back in 73.
Come on.
You were hoping for more?
Well, yeah. Weren't you?
It didn't make sense that after he's all done with the ladies, I'm going to put why are the girls still naked?
Yeah. So if you're in bed or just got done with 3 girls, do you have your boxers on right away? I want you to think real hard about that.
I have a response, but anyway I say the response, your daughter-in-law will come after me. So,
well, fucking fire away. No, you're not going to do it? As your lawyer, I commend you on your self-control. Well done.
Williams decides, I'm going to take a little moonlight stroll.
You can't leave. And he was like, okay.
Go watch me.
Yeah. And then we cut to Lee, and Lee's getting ready to go out.
He's going all ninja.
Yep, he says goodbye to Mei Ling.
I thought it was interesting that he put a rope in a bag. I don't know why. I just figured he'd carry the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. He
snooping around,
and he finds
before that,
what?
When he's snooping around and he goes inside that temple area, quiet as a fucking church mouse, as he's working his way around the room while the guard is walking through the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so good.
So
stealthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a fucking ninja.
Yeah. And I guess because he was the fight choreographer, his attention to detail with everything was 100%. He made sure that the fights looked real. People really got hit. And I mean, he could do all of the stuff that he was doing, the rope climbing and the jumping this, that, and he just makes it look effortless.
Yeah. When he has himself suspended on the rope and his legs are out in front of him,
I'm like, fuck off.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And so he's snooping around and he notices he's by a vent and he figures, a trap door or a door. He opens it up and this is where we get the rope bit where he climbs down. What'd you guys think of the whole lair?
It was really cool. And I haven't thought about it before tonight. When you said it, it's Bond. It's Bond-esque.
Yeah.
Did you catch that when he was going down the rope was knotted, but when he put the rope down, it wasn't knotted?
No, I missed that. I saw it being knotted when he was coming down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he throws it over the side, I thought I saw knots toward the top. But no, I missed that. Did you see it?
I did, yes.
Oh, you did?
I didn't pay attention.
Neither did I.
And so apparently we have Lee discovering by the tension on the rope that somebody is upstairs fucking with a rope. So he decides to head back up. But he gets up just in time. The rope is cut, but he gets up just in time and he takes out the guard.
So effortlessly.
Yep.
Right.
And so then it's like, oh shit. Shit's going to hit the fan because somebody, is going to report that somebody got knocked out.
And then we cut to Williams, who is doing his kung fu, and he notices Lee escaping.
It's a human fly.
That's what it was. And so the next morning, day number 2 of the tournament, Han's like, we got a problem, guys. Some of you motherfuckers were out snooping around, or some motherfucker was out snooping around, and we just can't have this. I sent a bunch of women to your room. Why are you guys fucking around? Right?
And my guards are incompetent.
And it's not your fault.
And
it's my guards.
We'll get to that later. The problem is my guards.
Right.
They're insufficient in what they do.
So they must be taught a lesson.
Yes. And who's going to teach the lesson?
Fucking Bolo looks psycho when he's doing it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like he's enjoying it a little too much.
Oh my, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Especially the one where he's holding him and then he squeezes him to death. Wow.
One of the few complaints I have about this movie is I wish there was more Bolo in it. I wish there was more fight scenes with him just because I just love that guy. Well, I would have loved to see more tournament fights and leading up to kind of like Bloodsport, but I know they didn't have the time for it.
Yeah, and this movie comes in at an hour 38? So it's okay. I think it's paced really well. I think we move pretty good because now, after the exhibition of the stupid guards, it's Lee.
It's tournament time.
Versus O'Hara.
Yeah, they got to that real quick.
Oh, I fucking loved it. This might be my favorite fight because let's be real, the final fight with the big boss is, but this one, I like this one because I like how they line up and they put their hands to each other.
But even before that, the whole bullshit, he's trying to intimidate Lee with the board.
Yeah.
Smashes the board. And then classic line, boards don't hit back.
He's just so matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
And his stare is so intense, right?
And then then they go hand to hand, and yeah, it's so fucking good.
It's just whoosh.
He's so quick.
Oh, too quick. And you know another thing I love about this movie? Sound effects. This is where we get the whoosh, whoosh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously it doesn't really sound like that when you kick somebody, but the way they do it, fucking I love it.
And what's also great about, especially like this scene, is it's not sped up. It's not altered. That is him actually fighting.
Well, you're right. Absolutely. The only thing that's altered is they slow it down because Lee wins, right? There's no competition. He wins, but O'Hara ain't having it. So I
love that big kick that sends him crashing into the spectators.
And that's the bit that's slowed down. And I think that when you slow it down, you can see the impact. Because I guess Bruce Lee really kicked this motherfucker. And
apparently they had to film that like 40 times, him kicking him. And one point he kicked him so hard into those spectators that one of the spectators broke his arm.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful shot. After he kicks him and he falls down, he does that classic Bruce Lee jump and he comes down.
Well,
and it's that face, right?
Before that, you have the bottles.
Right.
And he breaks the 2 bottles. And apparently, did you read the story about the bottles?
No.
They were not Hollywood glass. They were real bottles. So he broke them and they were really sharp. And they filmed that scene so many times. At one point, Bruce Lee went to punch and he was a little bit off and he cut his knuckles on that sharp glass and had to have like 16 stitches in his knuckles.
Yeah, well, there you go. And after he disarms him, he does that jump and he comes down and we get that classic Bruce Lee face.
I feel like Jean-Claude Van Damme tries to imitate that face a lot in his movies.
I'd like to think of it as Jean-Claude Van Damme paying homage. How about that? Although Bruce Lee looks way better doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say that by this time, watching Bruce Lee fight, it's like, man, I had no idea just how many times people have parroted him in mannerisms and the sound effects and the dancing and stuff like that. It all started right here with him. But I've seen it over the years so many times in, serious things as well as in nonsensical things as well, comedians and such.
Sure.
It's just like, oh yeah, Bruce Lee really did this for real.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I want to go back and I want to watch Fist of Fury and Way of the Dragon and the Game of Death. Although he's only in half of that. So,
but he's got that yellow jumpsuit, man.
And he fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So Han, he wants to have a little chat with Williams because he seems to think that since Williams was spotted outside, you got to be my cat burglar.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's the prostitutes that told on him, whereas Wing would not tell on Bruce.
Right.
Or there was a guard that was outside and saw him when he was practicing outside.
That's
probably
true too.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to the prostitutes who didn't try and stop him.
They're probably now locked up being opium girls.
Oh, maybe. And Williams is like, look, motherfucker, I didn't do anything. I wasn't the only one out there. Jive turkey. And Han's like, well, I think you were. And that is a direct disobey of the orders. So
I want to leave this island right now.
And Han's like, the cuss you are.
And he says, guards, get him.
And Jim Kelly proceeds to whoop that ass. So I thought Jim Kelly was holding his own. I thought Williams was doing a great job until fucking
Han and his diabolical hand.
I don't know how he does it, but I thought to myself, oh, that hand's probably lead. You get hit in the temple with lead. I don't give a fuck how big you are. It's going to hurt, right?
Yeah, it'd be like getting hit with a crowbar.
Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, he beats Williams to death. So that's too bad.
What'd you think of that little opium den?
Oh, I thought it was trippy.
Yeah.
Right? He gets kicked into it and all the girls are laughing, doing the opium, and they're still having this fight. And the way the room was, it was lit with red and it was kind of trippy.
It felt very 70s to me.
Very, psychedelic almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next scene we have Han, he meets up with Roper and Roper's like, I got to meet with Williams in a couple minutes. No, walk with me. He's got the little kitty in his hand.
Very, very James Bond-esque.
And Dr. Evil. Mm-hmm. And yeah, absolutely. And this is where Han is showing Roper the operation, and we, the audience,
I want to talk about the kitty, though.
What about the kitty?
Well,
the kitty.
Yeah, we see the different hand apparatuses that he's able to have.
That's right, because Han takes Roper to like his gallery or souvenirs or
whatever that is.
Yeah, his war room, whatever.
And then he asks Roper to put his head. No, I'm not putting my head in there.
That guillotine?
Yeah, and Han has his hand on the handle.
Yeah.
Right? And then we see him put the kitty down onto the guillotine.
You know what I said? Pull that motherfucker. But
no, you didn't.
Well, I mean,
did you? No, you didn't.
Either the cat's head or my head. What do you think is going?
Okay, but what we ultimately get is we have Roper taking the chance. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the cat.
Yeah, nobody wants to see a good pussy sliced up like that.
Well, when you say it like that.
But it turns out it doesn't operate the guillotine. It's the elevator handle.
I like Roper's line of "fooled again" or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
as he sinks down out of frame.
He feels like such a sucker.
It's also the big reveal. It was pretty obvious, but it's the big reveal that Han holds these tournaments every 3 years to get new people into his operation.
Oh, sure.
He's looking for new talent.
And really, this is where the audience first sees all of the
operation
and the opium. And for the longest time, I'm thinking, what kind of drugs is this guy dealing?
And the prisoners.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, did you catch the
I actually thought that the girls that went disappearing were in the oil drums. That's where my head went.
Did you catch that when they showed all the men in the cages, like in the jail cells, they were all old men, and he basically said the comment of, they've all kind of given up on life, and
Yeah.
we just kind of threw them in here, and they're all slammed together and everything.
Yeah, he basically stole them, and they are slaves.
But the thing that's crazy about it is when they're released, did you notice they all de-aged by like 30 years?
Nope, didn't even notice.
Okay.
Did you?
We'll get to that. Yes, I did. And
Sure
they
I
all were kung fu artists and everything. We'll get to that in the next chapter.
So, what do you think of the girls that are doped up in the little rooms?
I thought human experiment. I thought torture. I thought those were the girls who disappeared, never come back.
I right away got that that's where he's testing his drugs.
Oh, sure.
That's how I took it as well. That he's
Yeah.
tweaking his product for a better effect, but apparently it's not going well because they're these vegetables.
Right.
Well, there was also, I thought the agent had kind of revealed earlier too, is that he dopes them up to the point where they're brainless and then uses them to basically sell to other men.
Right.
Kind of slaves or whatever.
We forgot to mention that when Lee goes back the second night, there's a cobra waiting for him at the hatch.
Yep.
But what does Bruce Lee do? He does what only Bruce Lee can do,
He catches a snake.
because he's going to use it later.
Did you
What'd you think of his diversion tactic?
Lovely.
Did you hear the story of the snake?
No.
The
Oh, yeah. He was supposed to be defanged, or no, devenomized or whatever.
Defanged at first. The
Yeah.
handler said he's defanged and his venom pouch or whatever has been removed.
Yeah.
And Bruce Lee was trying to get the snake a little riled up and kept batting him on the head, and the snake turned around and bit him.
Yeah.
And they thought, well, do we need to rush him to the hospital? No, the handler said he was depoisoned, so I'm sure it's fine. So they just trusted the handler who had lied about defanging the cobra.
Yeah, well, I mean, 70s, man. What are you going to do?
Standards, people.
Standards. And so Lee sets off a diversion. He throws the cobra into the control room.
I love how bored he looks as they bail out the window.
See, again, this is a great example of how charismatic and just cool Bruce Lee really was, right? They're tripping out, and you're right. He looks bored. He has his hand on his face, and he's expecting them to jump out, and they do. And I like how when they do and they leave, he very nonchalantly walks in there and he starts doing his Morse code thing. But you notice that he just kind of steps around the snake or steps over it, or he pays it no mind, is what I'm getting at. And I really like this bit.
Is this where he sets off the alarm?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't.
Well, no, he doesn't set it off. He's sending a message to Brightwake.
It's the goons that bailed out of the radio room.
Oh,
Yeah.
I assumed that maybe this was booby trapped in the alarm one.
No, the goons set off the alarm and he gets captured.
And while he's sending the message, then you see him, he uses his foot to stop the snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool.
He also, before he gets captured, though, he beats up 51 guys.
Oh, yeah, because he's running around, and this is where we get our classic.
This is the iconic Bruce Lee is born here in this scene.
Yeah, because he takes a staff. He uses that for a minute.
He loses his shirt, and we see how fucking ripped he is again.
And then he gets his 2 sticks, and he fights with the 2 sticks.
He does the nunchucks.
Oh, and then naturally we get to the nunchucks.
This is also where he kills Jackie Chan twice.
Oh, is it?
One of them is he grabs him by the head, and off camera a little bit, you hear the neck crack. There was another scene where he had the 2 sticks, like you mentioned, and he's fighting people. And one of them is he hit Jackie Chan. Well, apparently he hit Jackie Chan really in real life and knocked him down and felt so bad. He was so concerned for Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, actually, he tells the story, he played it up that he was hurt worse than he really was because he wanted more attention from Bruce Lee. And he brags that because of that, he got a hug from Bruce Lee.
Yeah, there you go.
And Jackie Chan said that it was completely his fault because he was not standing on his mark where he was supposed to be.
Right. We forgot to mention, did we talk about Roper and Han walking by Williams's body?
No, we skipped right
No,
over
we
it.
didn't.
Yeah, you motherfuckers.
Well, I didn't skip it.
Did you get that he was hung over acid? I don't remember.
No,
saying acid.
I took it as like a James Bond villain that had like sharks under there.
I assumed there were sharks in there or
Yeah.
piranhas.
Yeah.
Sharks with freaking lasers.
I know. And so, we're going to rewind a second. Han and Roper are walking through. Han makes him a deal. Roper sees Williams, is like, oh, God damn it. Right. And so he says,
He's how he's going to secure Roper.
to be their contact in the United States.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
It's a good reveal.
and
Because-
Roper doesn't necessarily agree, but he doesn't disagree.
He doesn't say no.
He's playing the middle.
But you know he's not going to take the deal. He's just looking for a way to get out of this situation.
That's kind of how I took it.
That's
as
how
well.
I took it as well.
And then we hit the fast forward button, and now we are with the nunchucks. Fucking nunchucks, right?
This is one of the things that was Bruce Lee's specialty was those nunchucks.
Yeah.
So they had to put that in the movie so you could see how good he is. They did have a problem in some countries of kids wanting to imitate him. They were making their own nunchucks or going out and getting nunchucks and getting seriously injured. So I guess in many countries, including Hong Kong, when they played the movie, they had to cut that scene of him with the nunchucks.
The nunchucks.
They did add it back in later down the road, but yeah, they had to stop showing it because kids were imitating it.
You mean every country in the world and every kid?
Because he's so fucking badass at it.
Did you ever do it?
No,
You never fucked around with nunchucks?
no, I wasn't smart enough to make.
What about you?
Nunchucks.
Every time when I was a kid that I got them into my hands, that I was always trying, but boy, they are hard to do.
I mean, how could you not, right? You spin it, go it over your shoulder, and wah!
Now that I think about it, I may have made some out of paper towel rolls.
That's not what you were using the paper towel rolls for.
Okay.
And then Lee gets captured.
Yeah, and you notice when he goes in that room that there's no way out because the doors come. He just
sits like a Shaolin monk and meditates.
Yeah.
I thought that was brilliant. Qui-Gon
But
Jinn.
I did think it's funny though. The next scene we see him, he's fully clothed again. So they were nice enough to give him clothes while he's being captured.
Well, they didn't. They were tired of looking at his perfect abs, going, "Dude, you're making us look bad, motherfucker." The next morning, Han commands Roper to fight the captured Lee. Roper refuses and instead forced to fight Bolo in a punishing battle. Roper prevails, killing Bolo. Enraged, Han orders his guards to kill both men. But the tide turns. Mei Li releases the imprisoned fighters who rise up in rebellion. A massive brawl breaks out across the compound as the martial artists clash with Han's guards. Amid the chaos, Han flees into his Hall of Mirrors. Lee pursues him, leads to a surreal and intense final confrontation. Lee, remembering his Shaolin training, destroys the mirrors to eliminate Han's illusions. The battle ends with Han impaled on a spear after Lee lands a final devastating kick. As order is restored and reinforcements arrive, Lee and the battered Roper exchange a solemn thumbs up. The mission is over. The dragon has done his duty. Roll credits.
You said duty.
I can't believe you fucking wrote, "The mission is over. The dragon has done its duty."
Well, didn't he?
Well, I'll just say this. I'm glad you're not a screenwriter.
He
All right, how
reclaimed
about
his
that?
honor. He reclaimed his sister's honor. I don't know.
I don't know if he can't reclaim his sister's honor. She killed herself.
He walks off into the sunset.
Well, he might limp a little. Oh, we kidding? Bruce Lee didn't limp.
No, he didn't even break a sweat.
So the next morning, we see the tournament has started or everyone's getting ready. But this time Han says to Roper, this fucker over here.
What are you going to do to him?
Prove your loyalty, basically.
Not me, Mr. Roper. You.
And then Roper's like, okay. And Roper's like, well, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to fight him.
So now he's got to fight Bolo.
And Bruce Lee's like, all right, this will be easy. But Roper's like, wait, now, I got it.
I forgot this part of the movie, that fight scene, and I was just in my head. I was so sure that this is where John Saxton dies, or this is where Roper dies. I thought Bolo was going to kick his ass, and then Lee was going to kick Bolo's ass.
I wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. I know I've seen this movie before, but it had been a minute.
I
right?
remembered him living to the end.
Yeah, yeah. And so this is kind of a good fight. I mean, John Saxon kind of holds his own. I mean, he's fighting Bolo, for God's sake.
Didn't he
but
win
still.
with a nut shot?
Did he kill him with a nut shot? That's what I want to know.
That's what I was thinking. Wait a minute. You killed him with a nut shot?
Or did he knock him out with a nut shot? And then I have to ask, can you, in fact, get kicked hard enough in the nuts to knock you out?
I understand that if you get kicked hard enough, you want to die.
Well, that's different. That's a very different thing. So maybe Roper has, lead feet. Who knows?
Maybe he knows like the dim muck touch to the balls and made him explode and he died.
I think it's still called the dim mock. You just hit him in the balls. So
Meanwhile,
maybe you're right.
Meanwhile, Mei Ling, she frees the prisoners.
You know what I thought here? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I could see that.
But this was first.
But this
I know, but maybe Indy got this from him.
this is where
What,
I
releasing
felt like
prisoners? No.
they de-aged. They actually went around Hong Kong and got rival gang members to be these people who run out onto the field and have the big kung fu fight. I swear to God, when that happened, I kept hearing everybody was kung fu fighting in my head. I guess there were problems on set because they used rival gang members, that some of those fights that you're seeing in the background are real fights. They're really kicking each other's ass. And even when they called cut, these people kept kicking each other's asses. So Bruce Lee had to step in several times. And some of the times he had to beat the shit out of some of these gang members to get them to stop.
Huh. I didn't know that.
I thought that it was interesting that we have the good guys wearing black and the bad guys are wearing white.
I
Oh,
noted
sure.
that too. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Kind of flip it on its side. And, we get this big brawl. Everybody's fighting. And eventually we're going to have
Everybody
to
was kung fu fighting?
Yes. Everyone was kung fu fighting.
In the meantime, we see that there are troops on the way. They're loading themselves up onto helicopters, and then it's back to the fight. And, it's bedlam. But I love during the complete bedlam when you have Han and Lee facing off on each other, and it's complete pandemonium in the background. But Lee, he's just standing there so stoic.
Yeah. He's ready. He knows what he's got to do. I like the bit where Braithwaite finds out that Lee sent him the coordinates, and his line of, "This came in a half hour ago." Coming from the day where you blink and you get something. So I thought that was cute. And so, yeah, we have our final showdown.
Well, but
It's
first-
Han versus Lee.
But first, doesn't Han like open up some compartment and pull out that furry claw? It looks like a little
Yes.
bear claw.
Yeah, but they're going to go one-on-one. What'd you think of the furry claw?
It was cool.
Kind of hokey. I thought it was kind of hokey.
Yeah, it was a little hokey, but he loses that one pretty quick.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but it's to say it. It's swagger, right? Fuck with me, and you're going to get this claw.
And I guess, I think that the Wolverine one he uses later is way more effective.
Was it Wolverine or was it more Freddy Krueger?
It's Freddy Krueger's 4 blades.
Yeah.
Wolverine's only 3 blades.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
The
we make
final
it.
battle.
We make it back down into Han's weapon room or whatever, and they're fighting. And then naturally, Han goes through a door, and we get the Hall of Mirrors.
But right before, he puts the claw and we get a couple of scratches, and then we have that iconic Bruce Lee look with those scratches that have now shown up on both sides. He has them on both cheeks now.
I like the bit where the scratch on his stomach, he takes it.
Taste the
then
blood.
He licks the blood. So badass.
And then we get the spear chuck throw, and then that's going to come back later.
Wah, wah, wah.
And I just love it when it starts spinning around.
Yeah.
So cool.
Bruce Lee did not want to do the whole mirror thing. That wasn't his idea. I guess one of the producers or the writer had gone to a hotel and seen a big mirror room and thought this would be a really cool thing. The director hated it because it was such a challenge to film that they get lost in the shots, and he was so worried about different things being seen. Did you know how they hid the camera?
How?
They put it in a box that was covered in mirrors. So
That's what I would have done.
Yeah, and so it kind of hid it in the mirror room. But he says it was such a challenge to film that. And I looked for it. You really can't see any of the crew or the camera in any of the shots that I could see.
Yeah, not at all. And so naturally, this fight, because Han is clearly outpowered. I mean, Lee should be able to kick his ass pretty quickly if they were going to fight fair one-on-one. And so we get a lot of cat and mouse.
I love the
antics.
I love the cinematography of this. There's beautiful mirror camera shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I don't get about this fight is that every so often Han would run up and give him a new scratch on the back.
Why not just fucking stab him?
Why didn't he just jab the knives into him?
Because then the movie would be over.
Why just
I have an idea.
scratch him like a kitty cat?
I realize that death by 1,000 cuts is not a very good way to go, but what if the blade ends up staying in his body when he pulls his arm back? Then he's out of a weapon.
That's true. That's very true.
I don't know. I still think it would hurt more.
And so Lee's kind of, I guess, getting his ass kicked or just kind of sliced up a little bit here. And then he remembers what the Shaolin monks said. Do you remember what they said? Break the fucking mirrors.
Yeah, if you crush the illusion, or if you break the illusion,
It's gone. Kind of a deal.
You'll see the real thing. I don't know what it was.
Something like that.
You could play the clip.
I could, but I'm not
all
going
right,
to.
let's play that clip. Okay.
Yeah, I knew he was.
Yeah,
I knew that's
yeah.
what he fucking said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And so Lee breaks all the mirrors, so he has nothing to, use. And he finally catches him and gives one gigantic kick. And of course, Han gets kicked onto the spear. And I like this bit when the door is spinning.
It looks so good.
It's so good because the door keeps spinning and spinning, and Lee's just like, "All right, fucking, I'm out of here."
He just walks by him.
He gets out to the compound,
Roper's still alive. He looks whipped.
but he's still alive, and he's a little sad.
Yeah, because he looks over and sees his girlfriend dead.
Yeah, Tanya died.
Did they
Yeah.
ever show how she died?
No, I never saw it.
I was
Nope.
wondering how, she ended up.
Maybe a swift kick to the jaw. I don't know. But she dead, and he kind of looks bummed, whatever. But then he sees Lee, and they give each other kind of a cheesy thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And then we see the helicopters coming. Like, yeah, good job, guys. Thanks.
yep, here comes the cavalry. And then we see the claw again, don't we?
Yep.
Stuck in the wood.
Yep.
Because after he pulled his hand out.
The end.
And that's Enter the Dragon. All right, what do you guys think? You guys ready to rate this flick?
I'm ready to rate this flick. How about you, John? You ready to rate this flick?
I'm about to show you the art of great movie reviewing without being great at reviewing movies.
That's a good one. I really like that.
I do too.
Hey, Professor, how do we do our ratings?
We do our ratings on a scale of 1 to 5 fucks. 5 fucks is a movie that we think is cinematic gold. A 1 fuck movie is where you get done watching it and you're thinking to yourself, I'm never watching that again.
And what's a 0?
A 0 fuck movie, you get done watching, you turn to your buddy and you're like, oh, for shit's sake, what the hell? Why would you make me watch that? I want 1 hour and 42 minutes of my life back.
Or in other words, we just don't give a fuck. Hey, Professor, your pick, your review.
Enter the Dragon is a classic action movie. It is so fun to watch. It never disappoints. I've seen it many times, and it was so satisfying to watch it again this time around. It was just so impressive watching Bruce Lee. When he's standing next to Bolo at the end where Roper is supposed to be fighting him, and we see Bruce Lee, he's got those, oh my gosh, that triangle and the 6-pack chest, and he looks so damn good. And this is a defining role for him, and he is so magnificent. We've been gushing on him all evening long. No reason why I wouldn't do it again, but it's been said so many times. Roper and Williams, those characters are fun. Williams with his incessant gambling habits, and Williams, the smooth ladies man. Oh my gosh, he looks so damn good. Han, he was a lot of fun too. A great Bond villain, as we've been saying all night. I think that the movie moves along very well. And yes, it has some modestly cheesy moments, but in general, Lee just carries the movie. He is so damn effective, so damn sexy looking, and the charisma that we've been talking about just totally makes the character. I think that, having it being, a movie that is, we're talking about, 50 years old? I still think it holds up. It's great, and it's so entertaining. This movie is an easy 4.5 fuck movie.
4.5 fucks from the professor. All right, you or me, guy.
You want to fight for it?
Yeah, let's fight for it.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
But before I do, would you like to guess my rating?
Yes, you are going to give Enter the Dragon 3.75 fucks.
Final answer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Enter the Dragon is a fun but slightly sloppy martial arts classic, elevated by Bruce Lee's charisma and iconic fight choreography. Though it's held back by missed opportunities and unused characters, and a few goofs in here and there, it's a fun watch any way you put it. For those reasons, I'm giving it 3.75 fucks out of 5.
Bam, nailed it. All right, my turn. Enter the Dragon is a very important film for film history and for Bruce Lee. And I think that it does hold up. I think that it's made well for its time. And you cannot deny that Bruce Lee was so charismatic and commanded the screen. And he was a fucking badass to boot. It's a shame we only got 4.5 movies from him, and it's actually really kind of a tragic story. But it is the start of the Kung Fu genre in America. It is the start of so many things that would come after it, and how many movies Enter the Dragon has inspired, and how many movies have paid homage to it, this, that, and the other. For me, it's easy. 4.5 fucks for Enter the Dragon. With 4.5 fucks from me and the professor, 3.75 fucks from the comic book guy, that gives Enter the Dragon an average of 4.25 fucks, which now puts it in the 10th spot with Hunt for the Wilder People, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Saving Private Ryan. It is slightly better than Casino Royale, Scream, The Big Lebowski, The Breakfast Club, Top Gun Maverick, and Thor, Love and Thunder. And it is slightly worse than Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Matrix, The Road Warrior, The Crow, Shang-Chi, School of Rock, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So there you have it, boys. 10th spot.
Pretty good.
Not too shabby.
If you had to choose between watching Enter the Dragon and Bloodsport, which would you choose?
Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon. You?
Okay. I lean towards more the contemporary martial arts. No, I have to give props, though, that it all started with Enter the Dragon.
All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Three Guys in a Flick. If you would like to know which movie we're going to be reviewing next, please check out the website. Speaking of which, hey, John, where can they find us?
They can find us at threeguysinaflick.com, where we go ahead and post all of our show notes. All of our podcasts are available there, and there's a working form. You can submit a movie you would like us to review next. You can also find us at all of social media, where on Tuesdays, I've begun announcing what movie is coming out on Thursday. You can also find us at any place that hosts podcasts. In fact, while you're listening to us, go ahead and give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe. And if you subscribe, there's a secret for subscribers. They tend to find out when I post the podcast early, you can actually listen to them on Wednesdays some weeks. You could also, in the comments, and while you're listening to us, submit a movie you would like us to review.
And speaking of which, we have received quite a few requests this past week.
That's because we now have a working form.
And so I just want to thank...
Thank you, John.
I don't want to thank John. I just want to thank Danny R., PJL, Austin F., Caitlin, and Chris G. for suggesting a couple of great movies. And also... I now have access to the comments that people are leaving us. And so I would just like to thank Chris G, Jimmy R, Aaron C, Mountain Lion J, Corey G, Kevin M, Nikki Mr. Rush, Andrew, Justine J, Tways 040204, BB2000, Dudley D, Isaac M, Jason R, Chris P, Loke626, and there is one listener who has pretty much commented every week. And I just want to take this moment and say, Superman Tanker, thank you so much for listening to the show and giving us some feedback. I love that you also rate the movies with us. And so if there is a movie that we can review for you, Superman Tanker, please let us know. I will say this, however. How could you not like the Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Please tell the listeners what the comment was.
All right. So Superman Tanker, my man, writes for Fantastic Mr. Fox, pass. We'll be back next week. 0 out of 5.
Yeah, normally he writes a really good review for every movie pretty much he listens to. I guess he's a long haul trucker, and so he listens to our podcast while he drives. Yeah, he did not like that one. He also did not like Best in Show, I believe.
No, he didn't. Although he did say for Gladiator, absolutely brilliant film. I cannot disagree with the reviews of the three guys at all. This is cinematic gold and deserves all of its acclaim. Movie rating, 5 out of 5. My man, Superman Tanker.
Can I bring up the fact that we got a recent comment? I think it was from PJ.
PJ writes while suggesting the movie La La Land. Okay, Don, just hear me out. I know this is probably right up John's musical alley compared to your superior taste in film. No offense, John. Well, thank you, PJ.
Yeah, I have to say that stung a little bit, PJ, but I do appreciate the submission.
But this movie is beautiful in every sense of the word. I usually hate musicals as well, but this is visually, musically, emotionally, and theatrically stunning. The jazz music in this is so great, you kind of forget it's a musical and just get lost in it. Damien Chazelle, also director of Whiplash, intertwines his music and storytelling brilliantly. Three guys rule. Well, PJ, thank you so much for the comment, and I will respectfully disagree. La La Land, not a big fan of. But it is in the Bronco helmet, and you can learn all about that when we review it.
You mean as a musical when I pick it?
Well, whoever picks it, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying it's not that great of a movie. That's just my own opinion.
I've actually never seen it.
What?
I've been saving it for the podcast.
Well, there you go.
Crazy.
And I want to thank anybody who listens and who has suggested a movie. If you keep listening, we'll keep recording. For Three Guys in a Flick, I'm Don.
I'm John.
And I'm Ken. Thanks for listening.
Three guys with some mics, yeah, dive into the flicks. We're here for the real talk, no time for the tricks. Don as the captain, steering us right. Kid drops now to shedding light. John with the comics, bringing the hype. From the good, the bad, to the absurd, we break it down, make sure you heard. Passion for the screen, we ride or die about movies. You know, we always give a fuck, no lie.
Because, it was another one of those cases, we'll say this on the pod, but
I think
Then
you
don't
should.
say it now.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Why are we talking about this now?
I thought for sure you were going to make a joke about when all the girls come to the room.
oh no, I got a lot to say about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much to say except that's awesome. Tonight we are going to talk about Enter the Dragon. Enter the Dragon comes to us from the Bronco helmet and was submitted by... Oh, you motherfucker, you're the one that picked it. You got an... Okay, new rule.
No, it's on the list.
Thanks.
I know, but he wants you to know who you picked it from.
I've never had to know that before.
I know.
That's why he said new rule.
I just threw that
Yeah,
out
he's
there.
just making it up as he goes.
I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go along.
Well, give me 30 seconds to ponder if I have a tie-breaking question. If not,
How about who can do the best Mr. Fox whistle? Click, click.
Dude, that's such a low fucking blow.
My balls are feeling a little swollen.
Did you have 4 of them last night?
400.
Oh, that's a bit much. No, he'd pick Bloodsport.
no. Does Bloodsport have boobies in it?
No, but it does have a really
Check
hot chick.
and mate. All right, what do you got?
I have only 2 this week.
I have a couple.
Why don't we start with the professor? What do you have?
Enter the drag queen.
You took one of mine.
That is fucking good. I didn't even think of that one.
Fuck off. You, the big fan of Queen Priscilla of the Desert, you didn't come up with Enter the Drag Queen?
No, I had
That was the first one I wrote down.
I had Enter My Dungeon.
That's not bad. I had Enter the Dyke.
It's not bad. I had Enter May's Dinghole.
May has a dinghole? That's kind of weird.
Everybody has a dinghole.
Do we? What else you had, Professor?
Enter my
Oh, whoa.
Too far.
Whoa. Kind of funny, though.
Funny, though. Yeah. It was funny.
There you go.
Enter My Dragon.
Enter my dragon. Enter my little. All right. May all of your days and nights be filled with happiness. All right. Fuck off. Good night.
We hit the sky, so tune in, feel the thrill, catch the vibe. As 3 guys in a fight, keep the passion alive. Fuck that.